Another opening. Welcome back. We're going to continue talking about the pond with our curator of museum collections. Whoa, I got it right. We want to talk about the pond, continue our conversation about what we're doing now and what we have planned for the future, as well as the history. Sit back and enjoy it. If you like it, hit the like button. That helps us. And here we go. My name is David Morton. I'm the Landscape Curator here at Brucemore. It's a 26-acre estate located in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and it's one of the few National Trust historic sites in the Midwest. And this show is about how to create this little piece of paradise in your own backyard. A day in the life of a gardener. Now, one of the things about a pond that I love too is it creates or attracts a lot of wildlife into the area. You know, we have ducks and geese and frogs and fish. Did the Douglases or the Halls have any animals that they specifically put in the pond or use the pond for? Or
Yes. So we don't know about fish. We're not sure if either family kept any fish in the pond, but we do know that both families love swans and they kept swans on the pond. Wow. So the Douglases started that history, that trajectory, with their two first swans, Pericles and Aspasia, that lived on the pond. For many years. They were white mute swans, and then the Halls had even more swans. So they would keep both the white mute swans as well as the Australian black swans on the pond, and then sometimes some ducks as well. Wow. So there was a lot of wildlife hanging out on the pond.
We often have a family of ducks in the ponds, which is always fun to see, and little frogs that catch, and they disperse all over the grounds, and you have to be very careful not to step on these little things. But that's one of the beautiful features about having a pond, and I'm sure part of the reason maybe why they built the pond. Now, I think I've seen holiday cards of the pond. Mm-hmm. Did they do that? Is that? I'm not imagining that.
You're not imagining that. That is the thing that we have. The Halls, in particular, sent a Christmas card to all of their friends and acquaintances, business associates every year, and every year they would usually feature a different photograph of Brucemore. And so there's a couple different ones that have images on the pond, which is really cool.
Yeah. Now, what about, there's also there's a cool picnic table, those urns that are by there. The one is being restored at the moment. Well, they both were restored, right?
Yeah, they're both getting worked.
Can you tell us a little bit about those and how those happen to become part of the pond as well?
Yeah, so you have a couple of different eras happening there as well. So the urns were an addition by the Douglases and really fit in with that landscape design that they were working so closely with O.C. Simons on, because they frame the south end of the pond. So it very deliberately creates this long view across the pond where you can look back at the mansion kind of framed by these two urns, which is really, really cool.
That's so true. That's so beautiful.
It just really suits everything there so well. So one of those is still out there on the pond. The other one is getting some preservation work done to it, so it's been pulled into the maintenance building. And then awaiting going back out once the kind of pond restoration is complete. And then the Halls added a few different kind of features and during their time, one of which was that picnic table that you mentioned. That was a later addition of theirs, but that was just a part for them to just sit out by the pond and enjoy. They also added a nesting island into the pond, which you can still see the remnants of there. And that was for the swans to use to have their little families on. But that's kind of fallen apart over the years and kind of disintegrated. So they're just kind of, you can kind of see the remnants of it there. And when we do pursue restoration, because that is a later addition, that will need to come out of the pond.
Yeah. I don't know that there's so much floral out there. I mean, flag iris and cattails, that the ducks seem to really kind of like those little areas to hide in.
Yeah.
So I can imagine if you had a swan, having their own little nesting island would have been a good way to keep them here.
Yeah.
I don't know how else you would. I mean, it's a beautiful place, but what was actually the restoration that happened with the urns? Like, I know that we had to stabilize them.
Mhm.
That was one of them, if I remember.
Mhm.
Was it just cracked? Are they? What happened there? I mean,
There's a lot
lot of
going on with the
things,
urns. So they are almost 100 years old. They were
wow.
purchased by the Douglas family. The manufacturer of those was a particular artist. His name was E.E. Soderholtz. And they are just a cement urn. So they did have they were painted originally. They had kind of a brick red color. And a lot of that paint is gone. If you go out there and look, you can still see some remnants of it, but it's not there anymore. And because it's just been exposed to the Iowa weather for almost 100 years, and there are just surface cracks and things like that, they don't have as much foundation underneath them as would be ideal. So there's a lot of work that needs to happen with getting those really solidified in the ground, so we don't have any risk of freeze thaw, of any tipping, anything like that. And then one of them was pretty severely damaged, and so it did need to come completely out of the ground, and go into the maintenance building to
actually work on it.
Yeah, so they could actually work on it and really get it preserved in a good shape. So that work has been mostly performed. So it is just kind of awaiting the next steps of the kind of pond restoration process before it goes back out, where it can be on that really solid foundation again.
Sure. And that's just a normal wear and tear of Iowa winters. I mean, this would be something that would need to be done probably in another 100 years.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They need, kind of constant care, monitoring, just like any kind of outdoor statuary sculpture pieces do.
Okay. Thank you. That was a lot of information. Thank you, Jessica.
Welcome.
She's a great resource here for us at Brucemore. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe. That helps us out. And remember, every garden counts. We hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to see more, hit the like button, the notification bell, and subscribe to the channel.